Hi Heidi, this is Christina. This is the SEO audit that I mentioned in the group the other day. I did a little bit of research, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started, okay? Now, whenever a consumer, if they're looking for a product or a service, actually, let me go to this one here. When they're looking for a product or a service, they go to Google right away and they type in a keyword within the search bar there. And for example, your future client's going to be typing in bookkeeping services UK. Now we see a location at the end of that. That tells us that that is a local consumer looking for a local business to get service done right away. That's what we call a buyer intent keyword. Now, that's something that I do focus on. It's called local SEO. I really focus on businesses pretty much dominating their local market to get those local consumers. Now, I'm assuming you probably want to do this on a larger scale or market your company on a larger scale, and that's totally fine. Um, and I have a lot of clients that do that as well, but I also like to recommend also focusing on your local consumers as well, especially if you live near a high populated area, because of course there's going to be consumers that's going to be needing your type of service. So that's just my recommendation to focus on your local consumers, whether there are certain cities, towns in your area that you really want to target. And then also too, if you want to kind of start branching out to more of like a nationwide or country or statewide realm, then also do that as well. Maybe do it on a combination. Okay. So whenever going back to a buyer intent keyword, right? And whether it be bookkeeping services Essex or whether we're stateside over where I'm at, we would have like California or Florida, right? So that again shows us that that is a local consumer, right? Looking for that local business. Again, you could do both statewide, nationwide as well, but really focusing on that local consumer is something that I focus on. So right away, again, I just did a search for UK because I wasn't sure exactly which specific area you were in. But these are the competitors that came up within the area. Now, this is what we call the Google Map Pack. These are what we call, these right here are called Google Business Profiles, and they are really helpful, especially if you are wanting to get local consumers. And of course, you can do everything online, but if you're looking to get more visibility right within your local area, you definitely want to create one of these. And to get within this section is really beneficial because ideally these are companies that are most visible because they are in the top three position. So they are going to get the most consumers reaching out to them overall. Again, because they are the most visible and they're going to essentially get the most clicks. Now, this section right here is what we call the organic listings. Now, these are websites that have Google's requirement of 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on their homepage. Really important to get content on your homepage because one, the more content that you have, the better. Google bots, they crawl websites 24/7. The more content you have on your homepage, the longer they stay on your site, and then you get indexed for various additional keywords. So, for example, if you had bookkeeping services in UK, all over your homepage, you're going to come up within that search result, right? And then also too, another reason to have content on your homepage, of course, is what I talked about, the keyword, such as bookkeeping services in UK. That's what drives the content, as you can see here, like bookkeeping services, and UK, of course, is within their URL. So having those keywords within the content drives a keyword, drives your content. So Google knows how to index your site accordingly, right? And the more content you have over your competitors, the better, because Google's going to rank you above them. So really important to get content on there on your site. And I'll take a look at your site here in a little bit. But I also did a search for Sage 50 accounts because I saw that that's something that you specialize in. Now, I didn't do necessarily a search within like the UK area. This is more of like nationwide. And I took a look at this competitor as well. And I believe I looked at these guys too. I wasn't too sure. But let me show you some of the information that I found. Well, actually, let me backtrack here. Let me go to your site. Now, looking at your website, I will say that now this is just my overall comment here. I'm not trying to take apart your website or anything like that, just offering some suggestions. I'm a little, now I know you do bookkeeping solutions, but in your title, as far as your URL, Essex Bookkeeper, right, is your URL. And then I'm not sure what this Tectum logo is because it doesn't necessarily tie into your URL. And then also too, I think whenever I emailed you, well, I didn't email you, I just wanted to see what came up. They came up true account So that's I'm a little confused as far as like your company name. I would definitely want to streamline those, especially whenever you're looking to create a Google business profile. You want to definitely streamline those. And it doesn't look like that you have a Facebook page any longer because I wasn't able to find it. So that link did not work. But and you see you have your phone number here. I would recommend putting your phone number up within this section and have it as a click to call. So that if somebody's on a mobile device, which majority of people are nowadays, they can just click on it and call you right away versus going back and forth of your site and then their phone manually having to enter the phone number is what really helps with our clients with their conversion rate. Now, looking at your homepage here, you definitely, like I mentioned about the content, right? You want to get some content on here. Really, like I said, down here, obviously we get into what you do, your type of services. I would recommend get a lot of content on here. Like I said, that minimum of 1,500 to 2,000 words. Focus on like bookkeeping services in UK or any specific your home location. Have that in there within like 15 times or so. And then also too, within these specific services that you offer, have a back page where you have the content and the keywords accordingly. So like say you have Sage 50 accounts or Sage 50 consultants or consulting all throughout that back page with the content. About 500 excuse me, 500 words you want on each of your back pages, okay? And if you're doing any type of like latest technology, I would say, well, yeah, I would definitely have a back page for each of these that really explains what you do so that Google knows how to index your site for these type of services. And that really enhances your visibility and optimizes your website, brings traffic to your site, right? Because that really broadens your customer outreach. Okay. And then also too, whenever I clicked on contact us, okay, so that came up as well. Sorry about that. I wasn't too sure. I was already there. Okay. So that would be my recommendations, right? To really help optimize your site. Now, this is the back, like the behind the scenes of what's going on to your website. This is a paid program I pay for every month. It helps me with my research and my website audits. And it really, again, gives me like the data to how a website is working for you. Because that's essentially what we want our websites to do, right? To enhance our visibility and bring traffic to our site, of course, converting to new clients. And as you can see here, there's no data of your website. So that shows me that Google doesn't know how to index your site, and really getting that content on there and those keywords would really help get your site indexed. Okay. Because of course, having a great website is perfect, especially as far as like aesthetics, the look of it and everything like that. But if people don't know how to find you, if they're not finding you in the search results or the Google Map Pack, they're not going to find you, right? So you're not going to get any customers online. It's essentially that's what we want to do here, especially in this day and age, right? Really optimize our online presence. So taking a look at this company right here, now it looks like they do like franchise opportunities. So I just wanted to look at what's going on the behind the scenes to their site just to see what type of keywords they had. Now this is what we were talking about, buyer intent keywords, right? Even though it's Kent, see that's the amount of people that's searching for that every month. There's no competition and they're in the top position. So they're getting the majority of the people searching for those keywords, right? Um, so that area, this area, this area, this area, right? No competition. So they're getting the majority of the consumers reaching out to them every month. Um, as you can see here, right? They really break it out. Now that's kind of like a national scale, but it depends. Like some of them, I'd have to look at which ones are coming up in the US and which ones are coming up in the UK. But as you can see there, right? So getting some of those keywords on your site again and having where you focus on buyer intent keywords of your home area, right? So your town. And then also too, you can have back pages where you service other areas, and then you can add buyer intent keywords for other areas that you want to target that really have that high populated area. Okay. And as you can see here, based on the keywords that they have on their site, this is the amount of people reaching out to them every month by finding them online. So that's pretty significant there. Now, taking a look at actually this company right here, I just looked at the Sage 50 support just to see because they offer various types of services and they really have a lot going on. I just wanted to look at something that you specialize in, right? That 50 or that Sage 50 support or consulting. I wanted to see what came up within the search results. So as you can see, they're not getting a lot of traffic to their site just on that page, but I wanted to see the keywords that they had on there, and that really helped me kind of help you give you some suggestions. So as you can see here, like Sage Consultant, that is a really high traffic keyword right there. That number's pretty low, so that tells me that you would be able to rank for that keyword pretty easily. So like I said, doing a back page with services, so that Sage Consultant or Sage 50 Consultant, I would maybe do Sage Consultant because it looks like there's more higher volume, and also have 50 as well, Sage 50. And the more you have it on that site, the more that you'll get indexed higher, right? And also getting that amount of content. So that'll really get you into that top position to really get those consumers going to your website. And Sage Consultant, a different variation, right? So that'll really help just those keywords alone within that Sage 50 type of service that you offer. So I hope you found this video helpful. I mean, I just wanted to offer some suggestions on things you can do to really optimize your website, enhance your visibility, and of course, getting consumers over to your website, right? Converting to new clients. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Take care.